People really like my tattoos. Got a little sailboat. We got the spear. I got the flock of birds up here. Different parts to it. But yeah, people love my tattoos. They see them and they just get these warm feelings, warm fuzzy feelings when they see them, I guess. Yeah, I realized like me making... Yo, fuck yourself fucking speeding up right now. I mean, fucking up my video, douchebag. That was like intentional. Go fuck yourself. But yeah, so I know like, you know, me making fun of somebody for anxiety is hypocritical. I didn't really target anybody. I really highly doubt that anybody has gone through the amount of like social neglect and, you know, I guess people just lack of trust would be a good term. I really highly doubt anybody that I came across when I went to that gas station has gone through anything near what I went through. And I didn't target anybody to make anybody's anxiety any worse. And I didn't make fun of anybody in person. That's going to be my new way of, you know, talking about what I have to deal with on a regular basis. I think anxiety comes from, you know, a whole batch of different things for people. And unless you really talk to somebody, you understand, you know, their thought pattern, their thought loop, any traumatic experience that they've been through. You know, if they have insecurities, sometimes that's, you know, a cause. But I think basically like taking anybody's anxiety and turning it into what you want it to be based on how cool you think that person is, that's what society needs to fucking like stop doing. Like, this person's cooler. You know, I'm more willing to understand his anxiety or her anxiety. Like, I have more respect for that individual, so I'm more willing to, you know, have respect for them. And then if you don't think somebody is as cool or you don't have as much respect for them, you're a lot less willing to understand or listen to their anxiety. That's just my own personal experience. But I think that that's generally, you know, how it is. Even interacting with people, you know, I don't really, that's kind of the sense that I get. It's like, are you cool? Are you not cool? And then you completely like direct their anxiety based on your level of coolness. Is that what society has come to? I guess so. Like, I'm aware I haven't shaved, I haven't cut my hair. I don't need to tuck my hair into my hat to make it look appealing. I don't really care. If you don't want to listen to me because of how I look and that my hair isn't shaved and I'm not groomed, then this is going to be a learning process for you. And I feel like this like superficial playing the cool card kind of thing is like embedded in us in society since we're like grown up in these grade school kind of environments where you know, people's families generally have money, can buy things, and there's inequalities within communities, and you have kids with better stuff, more stuff, and you have, you know, you build social classes basically your entire life even before you start employment. Like, social classes are built at like beginning at a kindergarten level. And I'll give a really good example. I have a distinct memory of kids in my kindergarten class coming up to me. It was like 3 or 4 of them, about 3 of them, I think. And there was a kid in our kindergarten class that they were already picking on and making fun of him. His last name was Brusha. People who are from my hometown will know this individual. I don't know what happened to where he moved to. He was in our middle school for a little bit, and he dealt with a lot of being made fun of, more than I think I ever witnessed at any grade level, any school. This kid was shorter. I mean, this was in middle school, he was shorter. In kindergarten, it might have just been his personality, how he was. I think he had a lot of energy. He might have had ADD, not really sure. But kids came up to me and approached me as someone who could figure out a problem as a kindergartner. And we had these crayon boxes, and you put your crayons in the box and they just line up in rows. You like 4 crayons, like simple colors, green, red, blue, yellow. Everyone had a crayon box, had their own crayons. They wanted me to figure out how to take the crayons in this poor kid's box and spell out the word loser. So he knew he was a loser. That's how early that this kind of thing starts. In kindergarten, people started being superficial and making fun of a kid for being different, having like a lot of energy, having ADD. How horrible is that? American society kindergartners already thinking the norm is to start just making fun and picking on kids. Going out of their way to spell loser in their crayon box, I couldn't figure it out because you couldn't do it because there's 4 crayons in a row and there's no way. You have to break up. I'm pretty sure I said you had to break up the crayons. I don't know if anybody recalls that, but I do. And I was like, why are they being... And I actually had a crush on one of the girls that came over to me at the time. And I maybe rethink, I didn't know what superficial was, but I guess I started to learn without knowing what the word was. Like, why are people acting like this? This isn't correct.
Just got to go out the window real quick. And the Yum Yum owners were at last night's game.